Life is too short to worry about what others say or think about you. So have fun and give them something to talk about. Hello to all my beautiful women and lovely men. When I be doing that, it just gets me extra hype for the video, okay? So, and for those who don't know this about me, I enjoy a laugh. I really do. Even if you corny, like, I enjoy a laugh. Because when I be laughing, for real, it allows me to not think about the things that I shouldn't be thinking about. Or I ain't got no business to be thinking about. So, I'm goofy at times. Not all the time. I promise you. Some people think that I'm like that all the time. Not at all. Not at all. Yeah. I wanted to, on another note, when people be backing up, doors open, seatbelt off, hanging out the door, and I be thinking, like, if I did that, I don't know why, but if I did that, my legs are not gonna touch the pedals, or I'm gonna like fall out the door when I'm backing up. But yes, people, I don't know why people doing that. Hey, the main gist of this is, as the title says, the hardest part about Stevens transport, and it's real. It's too real. And then the other thing, like, this guy, I'm getting loaded right now, and one of the people on the forklift, he was like, he was, I guess, baffled at the fact that I was driving trucks, and I was like, it might be the hair. I don't know, hey. But the hardest part about Stevens transport, listen carefully, because I'm going to try to do it a little bit differently. It's not the fact that they pay you 30 cents a mile, or they start you off with 30 cents a mile. It's not the fact that the training pay is $400 for the first couple of weeks, $500 for the last couple of weeks. It's not the fact that training is 6 to 8 weeks long, 240 drive hours. Yes. It's not the fact that you have really no control over your Qualcomm hours, driving hours, and all that. Either you're going to stop driving for the day or you're not going to drive for the day, but everything tracks on the Qualcomm. It's not the fact that the company has so much structure. So much structure, rules, regulations, policies, compliance rules, all these things, all these workshops that you have to do that I guess allows you to stay upbeat with your professionalism with the company. No. It's not the fact that when it comes to hotels, they're not 5-star hotels. They have hotels, but they're not 5-star. It's not the fact. It's not the fact that the shuttle times sometimes are very inconsistent. Yes. It's not the fact that they feed you damn near like 3 times a day when you're there. It's not the fact that damn near it's only in Texas. It's in Texas. So if you stay in California, like Texas. It's not the fact. Okay, let me just get to the point. The fact of I feel like the hardest part about this company. Well, did I say everything I wanted to say? I think really it's the damn training. It's the trainer. It's the training process. It's how the training's done completely. Like I said, 6 to 8 weeks long, 240 drive hours, and the tests that you have to do is 6 levels of tests that you have to do to make you feel like you're back in school, whether you succeeded in school or not. It's tedious, but it really does help you. Literally, after every level on the videos that you have to watch, you have to answer a series of questions pertaining to videos that you watched. And after you bump up a level, your driving hours are associated with those levels. So when you're driving a certain amount of hours and you've tested out on the videos on your levels and all that, you're going to advance to the next level, to the next stage during the training process. By doing so, in all of this, you still need to be able to drive, I guess, effectively, or make sure you establish the right skills with your trainer. For real, man, my training, and I'm going to touch base on mine because, I only know my experience. My training was very difficult for me because maybe some of y'all can relate. Maybe some of y'all just like, okay, this girl's tripping. I have never in my life been with nobody in such a confined area her that long. I was dying. It was damn near like 40 days too long. And I was with another woman's husband for X amount of time, and I was losing my mind. For real, I was losing my mind. It was too much for me. Like, thoughts that I probably shouldn't have been thinking about. Like, I thought about being the hell with this. This is OD. It was too much. Literally, I'm very grateful for who I received for a trainer, but it was the space. The confined space was enough. The fact that you're with someone, you don't know their motives, you don't know their intent, you don't know, honestly, their capabilities. So it's like, you can't sleep and have great sleep while that person is driving, because you just don't know what may occur. And the thing is, I couldn't really sleep when he was driving. When we had stopped, that's when I slept a little bit better. And the funny thing is, when I was on the top bunk and like we was done driving for the day, he would sleep, I would sleep. He would always wake up before me. No, he would always wake up before me. And the way to start the day, he would just start talking to me. Like, just start the conversation. And I'm like, oh my God, I know it's time to start driving. Like, what the heck? That's how I woke up. I'm a really, really light sleeper. So anytime he made any start of a conversation or made any remark, I just heard him. Like, it was like, damn. So it was challenging for me. What was challenging for me is that the training pay, I was not used to the training pay at all. Like, $400 and then being tax deducted, $500 for the last couple of weeks being tax deducted. I'm not used to stuff like that. So it was tough. It was a huge challenge. The financial aspect of the training was a challenge. I felt like he had effective communication, so it made it a little bit easier for me. But I was very, very uncomfortable during my training because I couldn't really do what I wanted to do. The things that I would normally do. I couldn't wear what I wanted to wear. I couldn't blast the music as loud as I wanted to because I had to be mindful whenever he was resting his eyes. He did not allow me to drive during the hours I wanted to drive. And of course, training is training, but he was very adamant and strict about, like, when it's time to stop driving, you need to stop driving. And this man threatened me, like, for real. He was like, came to a point to where you have to trip plan. And if you're not trip planning with him, you're not driving. So I was like, I pulled that Atlas so quick, best believe who was trip planning. And after that, I became a better trip planner through him. But I was most uncomfortable during those phases because it was another man that I didn't know well enough, and the area was so small, and I value my space. Some people are cool, some people are not. It made it more comfortable when he showed me how to live it up through the city. Uber it up, get a lift. I don't be Ubering nowhere, but out here, you might need an Uber. Like, it showed me certain things of how to do certain things in certain areas, and he's like, you gotta live life. Enjoy life, for real. And yeah, when I met his wife, I felt more comfortable with his wife. And in figuring out some things, I would have preferred her training me because she would have been able to empathize from a lady to another lady. I would have been able to definitely wear what I knew I would have wore with her. And it's just a gender thing. Genders can clash depending on the personalities. Same genders can clash depending on the personalities, or they may not clash. So it's differences in both worlds. But I'm grateful of who I received as a training, but my training was very difficult for me because I guess my personality. Sometimes I'm very aloof. And some people don't understand that. But that's it. That concludes this video. Or that concludes that part. And the last thing I want to say is, if you don't believe in God, you don't have to believe in God, but I want to say something. Like, my friend was telling me that yo, you need to learn how to talk to God. I'm like, what you mean? How? Like, well, why are you saying that? She said, in order for you to build or have some type of connection or a close connection the way you want, you need to have, like, conversations with him. Talk to him like he's right next to you. And I'm thinking, like, okay. But I'm like, if I talk to him, I'm not going to feel comfortable talking to him because I want to be able to talk to him the way I know I would talk to somebody off the street. So I'm like, listen, man, I need some answers about certain things. So If you want, and I'm sharing this with you all because she don't judge me, and I know she's real about it. If some of y'all want a closer spiritual connection or want to build up on your faith, talk to the good Lord, and He might answer your prayers for real. That's that. I hope y'all be saved. Believe in yourself. Have faith in your abilities. Without a humble but reasonable confidence in your own powers, you cannot be successful or happy. So, ladies and gentlemen, my personal bonus to you all. Although I felt very indifferent during my training, I honestly enjoyed a lot of my training. One thing my trainer was in agreement with is when I was really wanting to not drive, I have a thing for photography. So I was able to capture the beauty of the scenery. And even though with my mixed feelings about his wife training me, she was just super down to earth, extremely down to earth. Like, her personality was like flawless. But I don't know, I have a huge thing for photography, and I appreciated many things I was able to capture, because more than likely, I mean, I haven't been to California in a while, but this is my personal bonus to you all. Y'all make sure y'all stay safe, and it's always an adventure out here.